srt8. We finally got everything put back together. Yeah, so we gotta try to figure out what's going on with that. But we do got it back together. That's the cracked valve spring right there, broken. And put a new one in there. Just want to see if it's still a good possibility that we didn't crack the piston or whatever. So let's give it a little bit more power and see if she want to crank. Uh-oh. It's running. So it looked like we got action a little bit, fellas. So it looked like we didn't flop. This might be a good flip. Got my man Robert in there, making it happen.
Yeah, I've been smoking a little.
Smoking. See what we got smoking. But it is running. I'll take the smoke up here as long as it's running back there. Probably just a little residual oil. Alright, shut it off for a second. Like we got something skeeting out.
From the bob cover?
Maybe. Well, it's running and it ain't missing, so we fixed one problem. Let's see what the other one is. All right, people, check me out. I'm back at it again. At a late night creep on this Jeep. Yeah, it's late night. I had to stop for a little bit, but I found out what the leak was, and what it was. I had a gentleman helping me out earlier this week, and I had him, to remove the valve cover while I was busy, doing other things, so I could get a better look at the valve spring. And he removed it, but he didn't take the power steering pump off. In return, he took the reservoir loose, which is not a good thing to do, because he was just trying to make it a little easy, I suppose. I guess cutting the corner, because he didn't want to, take these 3 bolts out to remove the power steering pump, which would have been easier, but instead he took these bolts right here, which I don't know how in the world he got to them, out the back of the reservoir itself, which bolts right here, and it's bolts to the block or the cylinder head, I think. Yeah, and it's really close, so I don't even know how he got it out, but he got it out, the bolt out or whatever, this bolt right here. And he kind of bent the bracket out, so when we was trying to get this bolt back in, we couldn't get it in, and because the bolts wouldn't line up, and it was kind of twisted, and the O-ring that goes in here was kind of mangled up from where he had took it out and it pinched. So that's where the leak was coming from, so it was squirting out right here. So I ended up having to take all this back off anyway, just so I could properly mount this reservoir, back on top of this part right here, and make sure that it's still up. And it created a real big mess. So like all the fluid is all down there, running on the floor and on my trailer, and it's just a freaking mess. But I'm about to put this back together, since I now have time, and hope that the new O-ring that I got, fill it up or seal it. As simple as you think this would be, trying to get this bolt that he took out back in here. And it's gotta get past here, which you don't have no room to even get in here. I don't even know how he took it out. But I guess I better explain why he bent the bracket trying to get it out. So trying to get it back in somehow. But then I got to make sure that O-ring, which is way down in there, stays in place. Which it probably ain't. You can see it already poking out. So small things like this setting me back because I got to try to put this back still on it. So now trying to get this bolt right here to line up with this part right here a little hard because, like I said, the bracket bent and I can't even get my fingers in there to try to line it up because they just won't fit. So when I try to get in there like that, I just can't reach it. So try to get up under it, can't, and it won't line up with the hole because the bracket bent. But I'm gonna work it out somehow. Alright guys, so here is the bolt that he got to on the other side. It's the back side of it. Now I don't know, he didn't take the throttle body off or anything, so he skipped past taking this bolt out and went way back up in here, not even removing the throttle body, to take that bolt out, which is, I don't even know how he got it out, but he managed to get it out. So he was just trying to take what he thought was the easiest way to remove the valve cover. End up costing me a lot of time. See what kind of action we got now. Okay. She's lit up. See if we got any more stuff spraying up out of it. Hopefully got enough battery power to crank it. Gas, tallow. Got a little bit of smoke going on. Power steering, making a little noise. Hey, we got a little smoke. Hopefully this time it's just a residual oil and we ain't got no leak. My belt's squeaking now. I don't know if it's from the oil or all the cleaner I had to throw on there to make it right. But it seems to be running pretty good, so I'll let it run for a little while, see what it do. Yeah. It's a little humid and cold out here, so you're gonna see some steam. That's just steam now, don't y'all get it twisted. But she's running pretty good, so definitely happy about that. We ain't got no more leaks or nothing. It sounds like it's supposed to so far, so it's running. I'm happy. Alright, so we made it to the gas station. Seems to be running pretty smooth. Everything look alright. No smoking or overheating. Nothing crazy. Looks good though. So I'm driving home. But not a power steering pump whining. Gotta figure that out. The next day, I drove it home and it did fine. Found out a couple of the issues that I need to address. But overall it's running good. And look, it's right there near his big brother, older brother really. I ain't gonna say it's big, but this is where it all started from. The srt8 turbocharged 4 cylinder. This is what started it. This is my little baby right here. This the hell kid. You see it. See the predecessor. Yeah, so This is the beginning of it all. So I was gonna replace the battery, but if this cranks up, I won. Yeah. Battery hold charge and everything. I did good. But I did find out one flaw that I do have. And that is the fact that the sunroof is damaged. I was riding, I heard some wind, and I seen that right there. So I already ordered a roof. I don't know if y'all can see that. My phone's kind of blurry, but the roof is cracked. So I gotta replace that, and I'll be done. How the interior look, in case y'all didn't really get to see the interior. Pretty decent in there. So I don't think I'm gonna sell this to the public. I'm gonna probably run it back to the auction and see how it does.